What's up, guys? It's Mike here again, coming back with another video. Today I want to talk about fire starters. So clearly I have a bunch. In case you're wondering why the brick is here, I am on my toolbox and I don't want to go out there because the sun is too bright and it's messing up the video quality. And I could do it on the edge over there, but I'm not feeling it. So I just figured I'd set it up right here, put it on a tripod now that I finally got one, and we'll see how this goes. Let's see there. I mean, as far as preparedness goes, fire is like one of the main important things, dude. And you need to have fire. It's primal. I mean, we need it to live. We need it to cook. We need it for so many things. And for warmth, it helps keep you fed, warm, and alive. And I mean, there's a million different products, a million different things people try to use. And a lot of them are good. A lot of them will get the job done. And there's certain ones that suck. And just a lot of options, and I get that it can be confusing and a lot of information to take in, and some methods are easier than others, some are harder, and there's something like as simple as good old trusty, this is just a waterproof case, but good old Bic lighter, that's probably your go-to. That's probably the easiest method to get things going. Works every time, as long as it's not wet or damaged. That's why I put it in this case. I got this case online. Actually, I believe I bought it on Temu for like $2, and it really is waterproof. There's a gasket right inside here that helps a lot with that. This comes down, latch over top of it. That way the gas can't be depressed. It can't run out of fluid. It doesn't get wet. There's a loop on here for a lanyard, and it fits just a regular Bic lighter. So that's probably one of my favorite ones. Also, these are getting harder to find, but Diamond Strike Anywhere matches is also a great option to throw into a kit. And they do have the striker strip on there, but literally, I mean, you can just strike them on anything and they light right up. But I brought the brick out here just so I don't burn the toolbox. But that's pretty good. Another thing I found recently is this fat wood. Believe it or not, I found these at the dollar store. And also there's like a almost like a Tractor Supply kind of store by my house. And I bought them there too. They're for $1 at both places. So they're pretty good. They actually do work. They do have some good resin in them. And you literally, let me see if I can get this going for the video. Hold on. You can take a lighter to them and they just burn. So that's pretty good. Especially for $1. You can keep a couple of these in a pack. I found this also on Amazon, but I found it on Temu as well. And what this is a little canister that has like a grater on it. And I did this earlier on here, but I just ground up some of this fat wood. And then I tried to use this striker. This thing is absolutely trash. I do not recommend it at all. This, awesome. This works good. This is pretty great. Throw this shit out or put it somewhere else. You do not want to be stuck with this as your only option. I would not be in that position. And that's why you need to have a better ferro rod, something like this. But ferro rods, they come in many shapes and sizes. Let me just lay some out that I have here. This is one. This one. A couple just plain Jane. A little small one. And I bought this crazy huge. I mean, dude, this thing is gigantic. This brick is like over a foot long. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Yeah, so this brick is 1 foot, and the ferro rod takes up the whole freaking brick. I cut this handle out of a piece of wood, actually, from the logs right across the street over there, and I went ahead and started whittling it down, and it's not finished yet, clearly, but it works for now. I don't think that this is necessary. I just seen them online, dude, and I really just wanted one. They're pretty cool, but it throws freaking massive sparks, dude. It's awesome. But ferro rods are always a good option because, you know, they work. They don't care about getting wet. They throw good sparks. Um, I mean, how much better can you get than that, really? I purchased this striker by itself online for about $4. It's just some hardened high-speed steel, and it puts a good edge on it. A lot of the times they come with these goofy little things. They work, and, you know, they'll throw some sparks. Let me see, which side is it? This side. I was doing it backwards. They throw some sparks. Yeah, whatever. They're fine, but I like to have a nice thick 90-degree edge. Good. Striker. So anyway, found some of this stuff too. This is out of a battle box. It's called Hot Snot. Let me see here. I haven't opened this one yet, but it's just like this little goopy gel stuff. And I'm just going to use a lighter for the sake of being quick for the video. But that stuff lights right up. Perfect fire starter. This tube was like $10, dude. And it's insane. I mean, if you can't get a fire going off of that flame, you probably need to swim to the surface. Like, seriously. Because any weather, you basically can do that. And this tube is almost 4 ounces. Like, this is a giant thick tube. I was really impressed that for $10 I was able to get this. And also, these are great. Let me put this thing out. Shoot. Put that out. These are like a forever match is what they're called. I got a 10-pack of them for, I think, $10 actually. You just fill this up with lighter fluid, and it has some cotton inside there. There's a striking surface right here. Let me see. This is a new one, but it just creates a match every time. Starts right up. And this little rubber gasket that's on there is pretty nice. It makes this waterproof. So you just pour the fluid straight down into there, just regular lighter fluid. And whenever this goes back in, it soaks up on there. And every time you strike on this face, it's good to have for a little keychain. You know, throw it in your pack, throw it on your keys, wherever. You just have a nice little fire starter there. Now these, I've never seen anything like these before. They almost look like plastic. I think that might be what they are just because of how they burn. I don't know what exactly they're made out of, but they're fire starters, believe it or not. And they come like that. They have 2 different kinds. There's these thin, longer ones, and these cubes. Just from experience, I'm going to not light the cube because it burns way too long. But this, you put this on here, you can hear it sizzling. But you light that guy up, and away it goes. And they're a pretty good option. Now, these fast fire sticks are from a company called Pro Camp Tech. I cut a chunk off on here just for demonstration. I'm actually probably going to light that one. Let's see if we can get it going with the fire rod. Yep. 1 strike there. Lights right up. Pretty good little fire starter there. Also, pyro putty. It's a good brand. So I bought these tins separately. It comes in a little plastic bag with the Pyro Putty logo on it. This is half of the package. So that's a lot, man. I put this into 2 separate. Sorry, my son came down to ask me a question. But Pyro Putty, this is the winter mix. And then this is the summer mix. I don't know what the difference is. But they work great. Like I said, this is half the container. So I bought these circle cans on Amazon. I think I spent like 15 bucks for like 40 of them or something crazy. So you can use just a little bit of this. I made multiple containers out of the 2 packs that I did buy. And then on the lids, I just put a match strip. So in case I had some matches, it's on there and I'm able to have a striking surface. But that's just kind of like a redundancy thing. You don't actually need it if you have these other tools here. But that's a piece of the Pyro Putty. Let's see how this goes. Yep, 1 strike again. Lights right up. You know, they're all great sources of fire starters, man. I can do a more in-depth review on each one if you guys want. Right now, I'm just trying to show you everything we got going on here. Again, this is the plastic one. That is a piece from the Pro Camp Tech Fast Fire Stick. And this blue is the Pyro Putty. I've literally put this in water, like a cup of water, lit it on fire, and it floated on the surface of the cup of water, and it just stayed lit. Like those are pretty awesome. This is made by a company called Blackbeard. It is a fire rope, kind of like the one right there. Here is a little bit of it I cut off. Let's see how this goes. Not as much luck. We're just going to use the lighter. That lights right up. I have another one of these. I actually probably have like 5 or 10 of these little cases. They're pretty cool. I just wrapped some beeswax rope on here and made this so I can save my fuel. But it's just a little thing that I decided to put together. It works pretty good. And then you have extra time off your fuel. Put this in a kit. You don't really have to worry about much as far as the flame going out because of that, because it gives you some extra time. These are pretty sweet. So got this on Amazon, 20 bucks. Compass built in the top. Striker. This big old strip of rope. Underneath here, there is a storage pouch. If I can unscrew this. Yeah, there we go. So storage, if you want to put some tinder, some fire plugs, some of these guys, you know, whatever you want to throw inside there. And then what this is it's a forever match. So you unwind this, you pull this down to about here. I like to rough it up a little bit. Has a built-in ferro rod striker right there. So it's a little awkward for me because I actually use my other hand normally to light things. But you get it lit after a couple strikes and you have a match. You can let it smolder. You can keep it close. You can make the flame bigger. Do whatever you want to do. After this rope dies out, they do sell the ropes individually. You can put a new striker on the end of here. And if you want to snuff it out, you just pull down, snuff that guy out, and away you go. So that's another one. That's a good method there. These are from Blackbeard, these arc lighters. Now, I bought this kit from them. It came with 4 of these. So these fire sticks, the pouch, this lighter, and this fire steel. I think it was a ripoff. I wouldn't actually buy it again. But I did buy it, so it's mine. I'm kind of stuck with it. Here's another little piece. I'm not going to use all this. I'll just use a little. But just to show you what it does. So you turn this on. You see the arc. So put that on. It kind of lights anything and everything. Give that a second. You'll see it's lit. Yeah, see, there you go. It's a rechargeable lighter. I think it's USB-C, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's okay. I don't know. Not my favorite thing. Yeah, there's the USB port. But it does have a waterproof case, and it will get you out of a pinch, and it will light almost anything. So like here's cardboard. Lit. Nice and quick. That leads me to these stormproof matches, made by a company called UCO, UCO. They are the ones that make these candle lanterns that everybody loves. They're pretty cool. They're stormproof matches. So got one right here. This is how they come. Big old pack of them. Comes in a 2-pack of 50 for about 10 bucks. That's what the box that I lit on fire was. Comes with extra striker strips and also striker strips on the box. We're just going to use the striker strip that I put on here. See if it works. And it broke. I think that might have been my fault, just the way I was holding it. But these are good. They are submergible, so if you like put this in the water, pull it back out, it stays lit. They're very, very smoky though, and I don't really care for that. So let that thing burn out. It is a pretty good match if it's raining and you need to get a fire lit. Like, I'll give it that. Yeah, cold, whatever. But it's a little extra. With all these other methods, I think there's better options. This is also made by UCO. It's a stormproof sweet fire strikeable fire starter. They come in a pack of 20, I think, for about like $15-ish, give or take, whenever you buy them, or if you buy them on sale or not. There's a little pouch. That's what they look like. I've never actually lit one of these. I just opened them up today. Let's see what they do. Okay, just like the matches, but that is a giant flame. Jeez, man. Good thing we're in the garage. Some air outside, because I'll tell you what, this shit is smoky. Man. Alright. So there's that. What else do we got here? We did the Strike Everywhere matches. We did a couple fire steels. I showed the little ones. This is a pretty cool one. I got this on Amazon for $6 freaking dollars, dude. This is like the Exotac. Let me put this out real quick. Where's the lid? It doesn't have the striker. What the heck happened to it? No. Yeah, here it is. Okay. Some of them have it on the inside, and some of them don't. So I had to find the one that didn't. I just didn't want to keep sitting here with this burning. So anyways, so like Exotac makes these. They are about $40. They're super pricey for what they are. I can't bring myself to spend the money on it. Everybody loves them, and I understand why. They're pretty sweet. But this one, $6.97. It comes with the screw-on rod. The replacements from Exotac fit right into here. It's Wild Air, maybe, is how you might say that. Comes with the storage in the top. And it can fit these little fire plugs. Toss one in there. And it's waterproof. It spins right on. It comes like this. It comes inside of this container so you don't lose it. It comes with the carabiner, the striker, and the ferro rod. $6.97 is what I paid for this. Can't beat it. I was super stoked to get that. This was a Temu purchase. Actually, both of these were. No, not that one. I have another one. Where's it at? Right here. So, Temu, $5. Like, what? Crazy cheap. So, throws good sparks. Just as good. Nice quality handle. Good lanyard. Whistle on the end there. $5. Forever match, $20 on Amazon. The rope just came out. This one is the knockoff version of it. Prepared 4X. Same thing. Does come with a way nicer striker though. Let's see if I can light this one. Pull this a little closer. Yeah, there we go. Works just as good. That one is $20. This one I think was $13. I do like the striker better on this one than that one. But I like the design of that one better than this one. This one's more compact if you were limited on space, and it's kind of the same as far as the disconnecting striker on the end. I could take this striker and put it on that one. That'd probably be my ideal kit. Paracord bracelets with a built-in striker and rod. Temu, $3 with a whistle and a compass. Compass actually points north. Super surprised. But I got a couple of them for how cheap they were. It was like, why not, you know? We got some primitive methods that I don't like. So you can see flint and steel. This is to make char cloth. This is some jute. I got this off of Amazon for like $15. I made fire with it once or twice. I'm not good at it. I'm not going to try. I'll have to practice on my own time and do it better. Say you didn't want this big kit. This is another one of these. I bought two just because I liked it so much. If you didn't want that big giant one, they do have this version, which would just go along with your fire steel, and you would light it that way, pull to snuff it out, push it to extend it, and you can just put your own rope in here whenever it runs out and keep going. You'll be good to go. There's also some other methods like this Fresnel lens. You can take this out in the sun and you're going to hold it up like this. It'll drop the light down on here. It enhances the sun rays, catches your tinder on fire, and you're good to go. I mean, there's a million different ways, man. This is just some of the stuff that I have. I just wanted to show you guys that it does work and how to use it. I think that, you know, I'll leave it up to you what you guys think is the best and what methods you like the most. These are pretty cool. They sell these on Amazon. I don't remember the name exactly. And, Flame Nest is where they're from. They're for your Bic lighter. It's a good, nice, secure top on here. Hold on. My hands are a little slippery. But, so you pull that off, and it's waterproof for your Bic lighter. And then this just slides off when the lighter dies, and you just put it on a new one. But that makes it so the butane doesn't come out. It doesn't lose. The wheel doesn't get corroded. It stays waterproof. It stays dry. These are from Yuko. It's just a waterproof match case. This is how it comes, brand new. I've never used this. Comes with some cotton to start a fire, striking strips, some matches, all just like this. Goes right on top. I think this was about $10 maybe. It is waterproof. It is a good little hurricane match set. I do have some other methods that I don't have out on the table right now. Maybe I'll go over them at a later date. This was another Temu find. They sell these on Amazon for more money, but on Temu they're like $1 or $2. Same exact thing. So you unscrew this. It's waterproof. Striker's here. And the thing I don't like about them is you unscrew from back here, and there's your striker. So it's like one of these numbers. It's just small. I mean, if you're looking for small, this works. This is probably as good as it's going to get because that's waterproof. This is waterproof. Stores right in here. Nice and quick. Has a hole here and a hole here. You can put it on whatever you want to, add a lanyard, do whatever. It's great for a small, compact aspect of things. But personally, I would much rather carry the extra couple ounces and have myself something like this that I actually have full control over. Now, Bayite is another good brand. I have a couple Bayite rods. This is one that's brand new. I have one in my truck. I have a couple in my bug out bag. I don't think there's any out here, but either way, Bayite makes some good fire steels. They also make these little high-speed steel strikers, and they work really good. I think a 3-pack is like $7 on Amazon. But I mean, dude, they just shred these ferro rods and throw killer sparks. Shit's like throwing lava off the end of that. You can't really argue with it. I think for the couple bucks, they're worth a pickup. You know, I got a bunch of these laying around. I think I bought a 10-pack or something like that just to have them. But this is Pro Camp Tech's version of the Nano Spark from Exotac. And I guess this is kind of a knockoff of Exotac also as far as the lighter goes. But hey, anyways, I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you got some good info here and got to see some things you didn't know about or watch some stuff burn, and maybe it'll help you with your kit. And thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate you, and I'll see you on the next one.